Hello everyone! I think each of you has already heard that Update 34.0 for Melon Playground was recently released, the update that players have been waiting for more than 6 months. All this time, there were a lot of rumors, guesses, and theories surrounding it, and finally the developers really took a step forward by adding something that had not been in the game before. First of all, we are talking about Endless Ocean, a huge ocean map with depth, pressure, darkness, new scenery, strange creatures, and the feeling that you are not just on another map, but in a completely different world. In addition, the update includes new items related to underwater exploration, new rooms with air, special doors, diving mechanics, depth and pressure indicators, as well as many details that at first glance may seem like just decorations, but in fact hint at much larger plans of the developers. But there is one very important point. Despite the fact that Update 34.0 already exists, the vast majority of players still cannot download it. It's not on Google Play, it's not in official sources, and many are wondering right now where to get this update, and why some people have it and others don't. And that's where the fun begins. Because at the moment it is impossible to officially download this version, and it is unknown exactly when the developers will open access to everyone. Some say it will take a few days, some say it will take a week, and some are even sure that the release may be postponed again due to bugs and testing. And it is at this moment that what you are watching this video for now appears. I managed to find the APK file of Update 34.0, the original file of the new version of the game, which can be installed manually. This is not a mod, not a hack, not a fake or a fake. This is the same update file that is used in test and limited releases. And in fact, right now it's the only real way to play Update 34.0 without waiting for the official release for all players. But I must say an important thing right away. Such files can disappear at any moment, links may stop working, and access may be closed. Therefore, if you don't want to miss this moment, be sure to watch the video to the end. And before I proceed to the installation and tell you exactly how to download and install this update, I want to say one thing. If you are watching this video and you are really interested in Melon Playground, new updates, secrets, bugs, and hidden mechanics, then subscribe to the channel right now. Because such videos don't appear by accident. Finding a working APK for a new update is not a matter of luck, it's a matter of time, tests, and search. And in honor of this, I will continue to find and show you such things before others. Now let's take a look at why this situation happened in the first place and why there seems to be an update, but it can't be downloaded anywhere. The fact is that developers often use a staged release. This means that only certain regions or devices receive updates first to check stability, load, and possible critical bugs. This is especially true for such large-scale updates as 34.0, where a huge new map, new mechanics, and redesign of interactions have been added. Now let's take a look at why this situation happened in the first place and why there seems to be an update, but it can't be downloaded anyway. The fact is that developers often use a staged release. This means that only certain regions or devices receive updates first to check stability, load, and possible critical bugs. This is especially true for such large-scale updates as 34.0, where a huge new map, new mechanics, and redesign of interactions have been added. If something goes wrong, the developers simply suspend the distribution of updates so as not to break the game for millions of players at once. That's why now we see a situation where someone is already exploring Endless Ocean, and someone doesn't even see the refresh button. The APK file appears earlier because the game has already been built, the version exists, and it is physically ready for installation. It's just that official access to it is limited. And that's what we're using. Now let me briefly remind you what was added in Update 34.0 in general, so that you understand what all this hype is for. First of all, Endless Ocean is not just a big map, it's a vertical world. The lower you go, the darker it gets, the more pressure you feel, and the stranger the ocean's inhabitants look. The fish and creatures above look relatively calm, but the deeper you dive, the more creepy and incomprehensible they become. This is very similar to the real ocean, where most of the depths have not yet been explored. Secondly, the game has special underwater rooms with air. They can be connected to each other, create passageways, sealed doors, passageways, and even a kind of airlock. It looks like a billet for full-fledged underwater bases, stations, or laboratories. It feels especially atmospheric when it's dark outside, fish are swimming by, and you're inside a lighted room. Thirdly, a huge number of strange decorations appeared on the endless ocean map. Sunken structures, fragments of buildings, elements that clearly do not look random. All this creates the feeling that there used to be something at the bottom of the ocean. Maybe a city, maybe a station, maybe something else. And here we smoothly approach the secrets of this update. Because the longer you stay in Endless Ocean, the more you realize that it's not just a beautiful map. This is the basis for us. The longer you stay in Endless Ocean, the more you realize that it's not just a beautiful map. This is the basis for future mechanics. The game already has depth and pressure indicators, and such things are never added for nothing. This is a clear hint that depth will become a limitation in future updates, and it will be impossible to go down without special equipment. Accidents, depressurization of rooms, air leaks, or even the need to monitor the condition of the base may occur. In addition, the players have already started to find strange objects on the bottom. One of the most discussed secrets is the sunken chest. It is extremely difficult to find it because the map is huge and visibility at depth is almost zero. But there is information that when interacting with this chest, some players actually increase the number of coins. I can't confirm this 100% because I haven't been able to find it myself yet, but the very fact of the existence of such an object already makes you think. If this is true, then the game has hidden rewards, achievements, or even secret mechanics that no one has really explored yet. And this is just the beginning, because if you look at the 34.0 update as a whole, it becomes clear. This is not just another update. This is the foundation. Endless Ocean looks intentionally huge and empty in places, as if the developers have left space for future content. New creatures, new zones, new structures, new dangers, all this fits perfectly into this map. And if the developers continue to, and is just the beginning. Because if you look at the 34.0 update as a whole, it becomes clear. This is not just another update. This is the foundation. Endless Ocean looks intentionally huge and empty in places, as if the developers have left space for future content. New creatures, new zones, new structures, new dangers, all this fits perfectly into this map. And if the developers continue to develop this particular area, then 34.0 may well become the starting point for the largest era in the history of Melon Playground. And that's why the opportunity to play this update before the others is a really unique chance. You can explore the map yourself, look for secrets, test mechanics, and find things that others won't find out about until weeks later. And if you are interested in being among the first, if you like to find hidden things and understand the game more deeply. And finally, the most important point that many will ask about is exactly where to download this APK file with update 34.0. So that you don't waste time searching and don't stumble upon fakes, I'll say right away. I left the download link in the pinned comment under this video, as well as in the description. Be sure to check that you are following my link, because now there are already a lot of fake files and suspicious sites on the network. Follow the link, download the APK, install according to the instructions from the video, and log into the game. And if something didn't work out or you have any questions, write in the comments. I'm reading everything and I'll try to help.